everyone, and welcome to the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. That's me, Nicole Summer. Thanks for joining me today. Today's mini learning video on speaking is about 3 effective ways to quickly improve your English speaking skills. So I've got 3 little tips that I'd like to share with you to help you develop your English speaking skills, your confidence, and to give you some ideas to practice more effectively for better results. Are you ready? Okay, let's have a look. Number 1, what I'd like you to do is to surround yourself by English speakers. It's pretty obvious that the more you hear real English, the faster you will speak real English, the faster you will reach your goals. Because you copy what you hear indirectly, even without trying, you will copy what you hear. You will copy what you are surrounded by. So whether that's vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, all of those areas of the English language, and in my opinion, 3 of the most difficult areas of the English language, will improve without you even trying, just because you are exposed to real English every single day. Obviously, it's great if you could use native English speakers as your model so that you are hearing English spoken by native speakers. But if that's not possible, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you're surrounded by English, by a good level of English, by the English that you would like to speak yourself. If you don't have native speakers around you, it doesn't really matter because there's so many amazing resources out there. You know, you can watch your favorite TV shows. There's so many movies in English. Most of the movies are all in English nowadays. Documentaries, that's all real English, natural English that you could listen to, that you could surround yourself by. And there's also so much amazing content online for you to have a look at. So as I said, you indirectly copy what you hear. You will speak the way that you want to speak if that's the model that you are exposed to every day without even trying, simply because you're surrounded by that language, by that model, by correct English all day, every day. So how can you do this? How can you surround yourself by real English, by English speakers? Well, if you're studying, I want you to communicate more. I want you to make the effort to speak with other students, to speak with your lecturers. Start conversations with them, talk with them so that you hear them speak in a natural social setting or educational setting. Number 2, if you're working, well, you've got lots of amazing workmates that you could learn from. So make the most of that opportunity. Engage in conversation with your workmates, with your bosses, with your managers. Small talk is amazing. So definitely small talk with them when you have lunch together or if you have a coffee break together. Hearing that real natural English as people speak every day on their break, in a social setting, but also in a work setting will do wonders for your English. I promise. And in your everyday life, you have many opportunities to practice as well. You know, on the bus, on the train, at a cafe, at the supermarket. Start conversations, interact with the people who are around you, engage in conversation with them. They'll be happy to speak with you most of the time if they're not busy. Extend your knowledge, extend your conversations with them so that you hear as much natural, social, real English as possible. And obviously copy what you hear. And indirectly, you're going to copy that anyway, just by being around the people that you would like to speak like. You're already halfway there if you hear English, real English, the English that you want to copy and speak every day. So number one, surround yourself by English language speakers. Number two, I want you to go and find yourself a speaking practice buddy. Now, what does this mean? Well, the best way, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, the best way to get something done is to commit, to show up, to do it, to actually do it. And the best way to do this is if you don't do it on your own. Because if you have someone who is relying on you, someone who is meeting you online or in person, you will show up. You will commit to that appointment, to that speaking practice opportunity, because you won't cancel. You won't postpone if someone else is relying on you. But if it's just you practicing and you say, yeah, I'll practice this afternoon, I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, something else will come up and you'll cancel, postpone, decide to do it tomorrow. So find yourself a speaking practice buddy for accountability, for an opportunity to commit, so that there is no cancelling, there is no postponing, and you have a regular date, I suppose, a regular appointment for you and for developing your English speaking skills. So it's really important to have someone to help you when you are learning a language so that you don't do it on your own. If you're part of a group, there's no excuses. And you know what? It's a lot more fun if you're learning with other people and practicing with other people, and you'll make some great friends. So once or twice a week, meet in person, meet online, and focus on a different topic each time. If you know in advance what the topic is, you can both, or if there's a group of you, you can all prepare a little bit in advance. You know, go and research some items to talk about, some talking points, or write down some vocabulary that you'd like to practice and use, or some expressions. If you can prepare yourself a little bit, you will get a lot more out of your speaking practice meeting together. Obviously, you'll develop your confidence so much more because you are speaking, you are communicating more than you usually would if you are practicing on your own. The important thing is that you have a real conversation. I don't want you to look at this like a student-teacher role. It's important that you're both on the same level and that you both have the same goals and that you work together and support each other. I don't want you to take on the role of a student and someone else the role of a teacher, because then you won't improve. The important thing is that no one interrupts you while you talk. You need to practice just talking and growing your confidence without interruption, without people identifying your errors. Yeah, you can talk about your mistakes afterwards, but don't interrupt each other. The purpose of a speaking practice buddy is for you both to become more familiar with your conversation skills, develop your ability to have longer conversations, to speak more confidently. So that's the most important thing. And again, it doesn't have to be a native speaker. The most important thing is that you are practicing natural speaking and you're hearing other people speak naturally with you as well. So how and where can you do this? Well, obviously in person or online. Online, it's easy. You've got a computer. Practice online. Make a date, schedule a time every week, and that is your speaking time together. Ask your friends to help you. It's a lovely way to catch up with friends, especially if you're not able to see them in person. Go to a student notice board at a school, at a university, at a college, even at a supermarket. They have notice boards there. Hang up a sign or have a look if other people have hung up a sign asking for a conversation practice buddy. Start conversations with people that you meet, other students, other people that you work with, and see if they'd like to join in and be your practice buddy. Or maybe even message people on Facebook that you're meeting on in Facebook groups or in lessons like my group here, like the Successful English Learner. You might want to ask teachers or lecturers for some contacts. You're more than welcome to contact me and I can put you in touch with people. Or if you are studying at university or at work, ask your superiors if they have any recommendations for people that you could practice with. Ask your fellow students if they'd like to join in. You might get more than one person. That's fabulous. It's ideal if you're both learning or you're both working because you have something in common, but you don't have to. So a lot of ideas there for speaking practice. And the most important thing is to commit. That's why I want you to have a regular speaking practice buddy. Number 3, don't laugh at me, but a really amazing way to quickly improve your English speaking skills is to talk to yourself. Annotate what you are doing step by step. Speak about what you're doing. Speak about what you're thinking. The important thing is that you speak and you hear your own voice. I know it sounds a bit silly and I know it can be a little bit embarrassing perhaps, but believe me, it works. When I was a university student studying German, French and Japanese, I found it in those days before the internet, I found it really difficult to practice because there weren't many native speakers available and I couldn't just go on the internet and practice like you do today. So I was limited in my ability to practice with other people. So what I did to develop my conversation skills and my confidence in speaking is I would talk to myself. In my kitchen while I was cooking, in the shower while I was having a shower, I would talk to myself. And believe me, it allowed me to hear my voice in that language. It allowed me to become more familiar with what it's like to speak in that language, to develop my confidence in speaking instead of always speaking just in my head. It developed my ability to speak out loud. Believe me, it really, really, really works in any language, not just for English. So you can talk while you're cooking. Talk about what you're doing while you put the food in the pan or you're cutting it up or you open the fridge. Talk about what you're doing while you're cleaning, when you get the vacuum cleaner out or you're cleaning the shower or something. Really great opportunities for you to speak and to hear your own voice. Talk about your plans for the day or for the weekend. Talk about what you did yesterday, what you did this morning, what you did last month. Talk about things you remember, holidays that you had, anything at all. Talk about what you're doing while you get dressed, while you have a shower. If you don't get distracted and if you're alone in the car, you could even talk to yourself while you're driving, if that works, or while you're exercising. Why not? All of these are great opportunities for you to practice your speaking skills and, more importantly, to develop your confidence. It's really important not to speak in your head. You need to speak out loud and hear your own voice. That's one of the only ways for you to quickly develop your speaking ability and your confidence in speaking out loud. Wonderful. So they're my 3 tips for today. I want you, number 1, to surround yourself by English speakers, whether they're real speakers, whether it's TV, movie, radio, whatever, but surround yourself by real English. Number 2, I want you to find yourself a speaking practice buddy so that you show up, so that you commit, so that you have a regular time that you won't cancel and that you will practice. And obviously, number 3 is the most fun, in my opinion, is to speak to yourself. So talk to yourself out loud so that you hear your voice and so that you develop your confidence in speaking in another language out loud, not in your head. So they're my tips. Go and try them. I promise they will work. Have fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another mini learning video. Bye.